you're a teacher, if you have kids, you need to talk to them about the Mr. Beast situation. Now is the time to appreciate the cultural moment for what it is and take a moment and be like, maybe we should be having a conversation about this. Most of his audience are kids. They're not going to care. This is our responsibility to be like, hey, this guy that you like, this guy that you have elevated to the level of Santa Claus, last year he made $82 million. He's the #1 most subscribed channel on YouTube with over 309 million subscribers. Most of his viewers are younger than 14. And recently there's been allegations coming out of the woodwork for him, hiring known schmex offenders, faking his videos, really unsafe working conditions. The list goes on. Why do we need to talk to our kids about this? Well, his audience, which is primarily ages 14 and under, but also just the internet in general, we're all gonna have to make a decision soon, a choice. Do we continue to support him or not? Because you better believe he's gonna use every resource available to him. Mind you, he's extremely successful millionaire, large business. He's gonna use every available resource to make this blow over, to spin this in a way that people just forget and sweep it under the rug. So you're gonna have to decide, do I wanna support this man who makes incredibly entertaining videos that are all over YouTube and shoved in my face, that are really easily and accessible and my friends all watch them? Or do I decide to not do that because of all of these unethical business practices that he has and the fact that he's censoring dissent by deleting negative comments and doing everything he can to maintain this image of him being a great guy when he clearly isn't? Are we gonna do the thing that we always do and forget about people in power who do horrible things because it's easier to not hold them accountable and to just continue watching their content? Mr. Beast is like the perfect example of corporate America, of what happens in late stage capitalism. He's monopolized game shows that use clickbaity titles, shock factor, clippable content to get views, to get likes, to get success. He wants to be great at YouTube, and he's really good at it. So to maintain that position of being in a monopoly, you have to exhaust every possible way you can to exploit people, to save costs, and to all do that in a legal way. But there's still that just bare level minimum of needing to exploit people. He's a carefully crafted image of somebody who is a giver. He donates to charities all the time. That's a big part of his image. But it's clearly for a purpose. Like, he's doing this so that people can trust him, trust the brand, and associate him as a hero of society rather than the opportunistic businessman that he is. But this is why we need to talk to our kids about it. Because while they just want to be stimulated and do the fun and easy thing, this is the moment where we say, hey, no, actually, you need to think about where you're putting your attention, who you're looking at. If we don't have that conversation with them, we are failing to equip them with the necessary discernment to judge if a person is real and authentic or they're just trying to get money off of you. This is the internet. We're all chronically online. Technology is evolving way faster than we can keep up with. We need to be developing these skills. Are they trying to make money off of me, or are they real? Are they authentic? If we don't talk about this, we're allowing the fuckheads who say that your vote doesn't matter to win. It's the same people who use apathy as a cope or as a defense mechanism against the shittiness of life. It all started when they were kids. We can choose to not normalize this behavior by taking this golden opportunity we have to confront when a figure like this faces controversy. This is a wonderful gift from the universe to talk about this. Yeah, I may fall on deaf ears. A lot of them are 8 years old. What the hell do they care about any of this? Who wants to know that Santa Claus isn't real? Like, man, I was in denial for that for years. Like, I get it. But at least you took a stand for something, and you have no idea what kind of seeds you plant in people by just having the conversation. I also want to bring up the fact that these type of dramas have a very short shelf life. Asmongold says it perfectly.
If I was Jimmy, I wouldn't do anything. His best course of action is to just keep making videos. This happens with everything because all internet drama has a shelf life. People don't really care. Like, everybody is getting recreationally mad. This is what everybody likes to do nowadays, is they like to get recreationally mad. Like, let's go on the internet and get upset about 2 to 3 months. Yeah, they move on. And like, it doesn't matter how big the issue is, people move on past it.
So rather than throw up our hands in the air like he seems to be doing, I want to make the point that our attention is our currency. We can make a difference. Like, we can not look at that content. We can make the choice to look somewhere else. There's thousands, millions of other content creators wanting to take his place. They're just waiting for it. We can just not look at people who are associated with these kinds of things. I just want to point out in that same Asmongold video, this is related to my point I'm making. You have this guy you had Ludwig reacting to this video. This guy is reacting to Ludwig's video. Ludwig is reacting to this guy's video, and Asmongold's watching it. What is that, like 4 levels of reaction content? I make number 5. Okay, I'm part of the problem too. Why'd I bring this up? Well, it's important to realize the evolution that's happening with us and our brains and the internet and our social lives. Like, this is like 5 levels of reactionary content deep. We're so used to being overstimulated that we're desensitized to it. And what's becoming real versus reactionary, curated by these content creators that we don't know anything about, we've never met them in real life, it really muddies the waters in how we can understand what is the truth, what is real. And so I think now more than ever, we need to be practicing this. We need to be educating our children on these topics, because if not, we're just going to outsource our opinions to whatever content creators have the catchiest, most punchy way of describing something, because it's just more convenient to do that than to actually think about it. I personally think it's a great thing that all of these people have been exposed this year. We're actively challenging power structures and showing that many people who occupy these positions have a dark side to them. And they may look cute, sweet, and friendly, but they're not great people. And we need to know about that, because a lot of these people, they don't have morals, they don't have qualms about exploiting people for their greater benefit. It's a part of the culture to be stepping over each other. It's crabs in a bucket. And so I think in our quest for authenticity, by revealing the man behind the mask, Exhibit A, with all of these people, this is a really good thing. We're starting to see and question the people in these positions of power. And so I celebrate it, but I think but we also have to be having the conversations to integrate, understand what's going on, and integrate that into our behavior and our actions, and how we can observe what's been going on, what kind of behaviors these people exhibit, and then make the decision to look out for that kind of behavior in the content creators we follow later on. So it's uncomfortable having to learn that these people who we idolize, who they really are behind closed doors. It sucks. Like, I get it. But ultimately, I think it's good because it's training us to learn how to discern who is authentic, who is honest. And we need to be doing that because, dude, fucking AI is scary. The amount of ways that it can warp public perception of things, create false evidence. People with money can delete comments and change how people observe actual audience reactions to what's going on. Like mrbeast was deleting negative comments in his videos in droves so that the kids who watch him don't know about this drama. You know, that's the beginning. Like, that's going to be happening more and more. And so we need to be training ourselves and our children how to deal with this. So it's crazy times we're living in. It's really natural to panic and feel overwhelmed by this kind of thing. But at the same time, you can also tell yourself, like, nah, man, I just got to be responsible of who I give my attention to. Like, just think about it. Who am I looking at? Am I watching celebrities who all they care about is showboating their money and wealth? Or am I following content creators who are actually doing something of value, adding something of value to society, instead of just milking off of the press and the agencies and the pop coverage that they get? Just remind ourselves that every time that we're choosing to watch someone, we're giving them our attention. We're raising them up. So ask yourself, like, who are you going to choose? Who deserves to get your attention?